Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Marilyn and my channel is Making with Marilyn. Now I do all things crafty, but on today's video, I'm going to make a rhinestone shirt. Now because this is a template that I'll probably only use once, maybe twice, my sister and I were born on the same day, I've made my little Taurus symbol on glitter cardstock. Now if you're going to reuse your templates or you want the gold standard, this pink flock is excellent. You can get this from the Heat Transfer Warehouse, and then I got this from Amazon. Now, if you're interested in the glitter or the flock or this hotfix transfer tape, even the brush, I'm going to put my Amazon links to those in the video description. If you use those, thank you so much. There's no extra cost to you, and it really helps me out. Then I'll also put a link to the Baby's Booties Rhinestone store, so check out her website. Now, a downside to using the glitter cardstock is it doesn't have the sticky back like this does. So I have to tape it down to my table or whatever I'm using. And I want to tape it tight enough that the stones don't creep under the holes. Sometimes in the middle, I even use a piece of double-sided sticky tape, but I think I'll be okay without it. So I want to make sure this is tight. Now you might wonder, why would you use glitter cardstock instead of the flock? Well, a couple reasons for me. The first one is it's less expensive. So if I'm not going to use this over and over, I save money. Then you can cut these on a Cricut, but I cut these really fast in the Glowforge. But again, if I'm going to use my template over and over, I'm going to use the pink sticky flock. Now I have a couple of options to brush these in. I have a large brush and the small one. I tend to prefer the smaller brush, so that's what I'll use. And then here's the beautiful stones. Now the Baby's Booties buy-in is going on right now. She does one once a month usually. All right, so I just put a bunch on there, and then you start going in circular motions. And those rhinestones, it's amazing. They just kind of fall into place. Now they'll fall into this glitter cardstock pretty nicely. But of course, if you spend the money on the pink flock, they go in even faster. Now I'm going to keep this in real time so you can see really just how long this takes. So, you're just going to hear me talking, so there's not a lot of blank space. Or my husband's in the garage working. You might hear things in there. He's right below me. Okay, so after I get a lot of these in, then I'm going to use this little rhinestone picker tool to pick up and flip over any that are upside down, or to add stones to any holes that are empty. All right, just going to brush all these off to the side. Now, one thing I would say, if you use a cardstock, leave some openings so you can brush these off your template. The first time I did it, I had it taped all the way around, and my rhinestones were getting stuck. See, like that did there? My rhinestones were getting stuck on it. Which, if your hotfix tape doesn't hit those when you're trying to pick these up, that's not a big deal. But if it is, then it's going to pick all those up. All right, don't really want to rub these over what I have in place, but here we go. I might drag out one or two, but that'll be okay. Actually, I think I just filled a hole in. Okay, so I have a few in the middle, but I have a few empty holes, so that's fine. All right, here's my cheap little rhinestone picker tool. And so I'm just going to move some of these in the middle into the empty holes. Then I need to start looking for extra stones or stones that are upside down. So I have an extra stone here. And then I have a few that I can see that are upside down in between the other stones. Now, this is the downside of using dark cardstock when your stones are dark. It's harder to see. So I really should order some of this in other colors. That would make it easier sometimes, but I'll manage with this. Now, the other tip was getting worn out. I used it for tumblers. I've used it for, I think, 3 tumblers. I really should have a different tip for tumblers versus hotfix rhinestones. Because on the tumblers, you want to push those stones down into the glue a little bit harder than what you need to do here. All right, I think I'm done. So I'm going to put my head straight over this so that I can really tell. I'm going to edit that part out. Then we're going to pick these up with the hotfix tape. So by doing that, I found at least 3 more that I need to pick up. So here's my hotfix tape. I've used this before. I see the imprint of a G and a T. Now, I don't really like it when my hotfix tape is larger than my template because it sticks to whatever your template's on, whether you're using glitter cardstock or the pink stuff. But I also don't want to cut this down and waste it. All right, so I'm just going to hold this above it. It is slightly bent, kind of like a taco, and then I'm going to put it down onto the stones. Once I start going down with it, I just need to commit. Okay, that went on really well, I believe. So I'm just going to kind of make sure that these stones have contact with this transfer tape. Again, I've used it before, so it's not quite as sticky as when I used it the first time, but it's plenty sticky. Okay, I actually have an extra stone over here somewhere. I had one piggybacked on top and didn't even realize it. Okay, so I think I'm finally ready to do this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab it from the side and I'm pulling up slowly. That way, if I have any stones that stay in the cardstock, I can lay this back down, push on it, and pull it back up. Then I'm just going to pull this over to the side instead of straight up. All right, so I see one right here that didn't come up. And that's because I have an extra one there. Now the one that's stuck is not in the right place, so let me lay that down and kind of push it over with my fingernail. There we go. Okay, so once again, I'm just going to pull this at an angle and I'm going to let it lay on its back side. Yeah, I did not do a very good job of getting my extra ones out. All right, so I have one in the wrong place, at least one in the wrong place. I'll fix it with my tweezers. Okay, so it looks like I have a couple that I need to place a little bit better. Now the issue is this is sticky, so just to move it over is a little bit difficult. I'm going to grab a new one over here and just put it where it goes. And then one right here, I might be able to just kind of roll it over into place. All right, that worked just fine. So now to get this over to my heat press, or at least get it off the table so I can clean up the table and put my shirt down, I'm going to put the backing on the stones. And I think I bumped one right here. We'll see when I flip this over. Actually, it looks okay. Okay, so now you can see the color a lot better now that it's not down in this black glitter cardstock. I'm going to clean this mess up, bring my shirt over, and then we'll place it on the shirt right here on the table. Now the design that I used, in case you're interested, that came from the Impressa Mod Anime, and so I'll put her Facebook site in the video description. In true fashion, I moved a few stones around, that's just what I do, but the basic design came from her. And I don't remember the exact number of rhinestones, but it had 700 and some stones in it. Now these little ice chips that come in your ice pick, they have about 2,880 stones. So I can do a few of these and have some stones left over. Now, as I'm chit-chatting, I notice I have an extra stone still in my design, so let me fix that real quick. So really, I need to slow down and check them out and not be in such a big hurry. I also see that these stones are a little out of whack, so I'm just going to try to glide that over or slide that over with my thumbnail. All right, that looks better. So let me check this out before I press anything wrong on there. Oh my goodness, there's another extra stone. Am I the only one that experiences this? I'm not even sure why I'm doing tutorials. Look how badly I'm doing today. Now, if you're like me, you're probably yelling at the video because you saw those and you didn't want me to press them down with the extra stones. Oh my word. Y'all, at this point, I don't even want to publish this video because of all these silly mistakes I made by being in a hurry. But I'm going to publish it to show you how you can fix those mistakes. As long as you find them in time, you can fix them. Okay, I think I'm finally done fiddling with this thing. And all I can say now is I sure hope this shirt turns out cute. I've already pressed my shirt. I wanted to have a smooth surface and I wanted to remove moisture. Now my big thing is I don't like this collar to be on top of the pressing pad because it makes it look, I don't know, it gives it a different texture, a different sheen. So I'm just going to pull this up until it's off the edge of the pressing pad. That way it won't get that heavy pressure on it. So here's the issue with this shirt and this design. It's a V-neck. The horns go up pretty high. Usually I don't like the press to hit on my collar, but to accomplish that, I'd have to have this design really low. So I'm going to try to protect that collar by stuffing this Teflon sheet under there. Hopefully that will work. We're getting ready to find out. All right, this is a hot or warm peel. So let's go ahead and peel this off. I think that Teflon trick worked pretty well. Look at that bling show. So even though this isn't a fancy design, I took a really inexpensive shirt from Walmart, put the stones on it, and now it's just bright and blingy. It's just so much more fun to throw something like this on with a pair of jeans or a pair of shorts than just a plain green shirt. So thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and until my next video, bye-bye. Now I'm throwing this clip in at the end because when I was editing my video, I noticed that the shirt looked much more blue than it really is. And I wasn't able to edit that correctly. So this is the true colors of the shirt and the rhinestones.